Well, hey, everybody. It's 6 a.m. We're cruising into that hour here on your Friday. I'm Grace McKenna.
And I'm Jim Stratman. Thanks for joining us here on WHAS11 and WHAS11 Plus. Stumbling over my words a little bit because I'm just so excited to get to the forecast for this weekend.
Yeah, good weekend ahead, Matt. We have earned this one.
We have, for sure. Yeah, lots of sunshine in this forecast as we head into today and tomorrow. There's a small rain chance, but it's not really going to impact our day very much. Temperatures off to a cool start this morning. Checking out a live look of downtown, waiting on sunrise this morning, courtesy of our U of L Health Sky camera here in Jeffersonville. 67 in Louisville, 63 for you folks near Bowman Field. For the rest of us across Kentuckiana, a few of us off to a fairly cooler start near Brandenburg and Shepherdsville. You guys are at 60 and 59 degrees, so certainly a cool down for you guys. Headed off to school this morning, we'll see a few of those passing clouds and temperatures still expected to stay into the 60s for the first few hours of our morning. And as we enter the later hours of the day, we will see more sunshine and some warmer temperatures. You'll notice that we're quiet and dry so far on satellite and radar, still expecting to stay this way as we go throughout most of our Friday. We are going to be entering a fairly nice trend as we go into the later hours of our day. The rest of our morning still will include a few of these passing clouds. Temperatures will warm up into the upper 70s by the start of the afternoon. We're headed into the mid 80s as we go into the course of our day. Our evening hours continue to stay dry with just a few fair weather passing clouds. As we enter the later hours of our Friday night, you can expect quiet conditions along with temperatures ranging into the 70s overnight. We're quiet and dry, and we'll start Saturday morning off with temperatures into the 70s as well, but we are going to warm up into the upper 80s by Saturday afternoon. But behind that, we're going to see temperatures get cooler and cooler. All the details about that forecast are coming up here in a few short minutes. Here's a look at traffic so far this morning. Everything's moving along fine into the Louisville Metro. If you're trying to hop on I-65 or head north, south, east, or west, nothing will slow you down. Everything's looking good this morning. Jim, Grace?
Matt, thank you. A surprise move last night by the now former Jeffersonville police chief, Kenny Kavanaugh, announced he's stepping down after 10 years on the job.
Now, the mayor quickly appointed a new interim chief, but WHAS11's Clarice Shaley and photojournalist Levi Hammer have a little bit more about the reason for Kavanaugh's sudden departure.
I am going to be stepping down as chief of police.
An abrupt change in leadership for the Jeffersonville Police Department. After 10 years on the job, Kenny Kavanaugh is being replaced by Assistant Chief Scott McVoy, appointed interim chief by Mayor Mike Moore, effective immediately. In a news release, Mayor Moore wrote, quote, "I've concluded that we need a change in leadership in the department in light of the ongoing financial pressures facing the city." This after an afternoon meeting between the mayor and Kavanaugh. His response after being asked if it was the mayor's decision to have him step down.
Well, we had that meeting, and also, yeah, I'm appointed by him.
Former Chief Kenny Kavanaugh repeatedly points to financial changes in the department's contract and impacts of Senate Bill 1 as obstacles for the Jeffersonville Police Department. Senate Bill 1 is a new Indiana law that changes how taxes are collected by municipalities. Taxes that fund essential services like the police department.
The state of Indiana is harping on Senate Bill 1. The city of Jeffersonville seems to be in a lot of struggles of which direction we're going to go and where the goalpost exactly is.
Kavanaugh has seen changes coming for over a year and a half. Now he steps down to his position of captain on the force.
This is what I wanted to share, and this is what I was wanting to do. And as you can see, I actually feel really good about this and this move here.
As the city welcomes new leadership and acknowledges the difficult decisions to come. In Jeffersonville, Clarice Shaley, WHAS11 on your side.
Kavanaugh said that he wrote a letter to the mayor about a new work schedule costing the city in overtime pay. He continued that with the uncontrolled factors for everyday police work, it could not accommodate a weekly reduction in the baseline hours because of Indiana's Senate Bill 1.
Right now, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help getting information about a homicide investigation. In a post on Facebook, the Sheriff's Office said on Wednesday, deputies found a man dead inside his home in the Spring Oaks neighborhood. That's just north of downtown Shelbyville. No arrests have been made, and officials haven't said anything about suspects. The man's identity has also not been released. Shelby County asks anyone with information to contact Captain Blake Lisby at 502-633-4324.
Some more local news for you now. JCPS says that students will have more fresh milk in a matter of days. District spokesperson Mark Hebert updated yesterday, and he said that the district's milk supplier, Prairie Farms, expects to deliver new milk by the middle of next week. The district had to pull all the milk from its schools on Wednesday after students said it, quote, tasted funny. In the meantime, JCPS told parents that schools will have shelf-stable milk available, as well as cups of water and juice for students. And the LaRue County Board of Education is considering a new tax rate that will include a nickel tax to help with the construction of a brand new high school. Superintendent Adriana Warren said the current high school is just overcrowded, and despite not wanting to create hardships for people, the need is there. The tax hike would also help with other facility upgrades. The proposed increase for the district is a 57.2 cents per $100 of residential assessed value increase. This will cost homeowners approximately $42 more a year for a home that's valued at $100,000. A public tax hearing will be on Thursday, September 4th in the high school auditorium, followed by a specially called board meeting at 6 p.m.
Mandatory relocations are happening now at Dosker Manor after the Federal Department of Housing and Urban Development approved the demolition of the public housing complex. The Louisville Metro Housing Authority plans to knock down all 3 of Dosker Manor's buildings in the beginning of 2026. About 160 people still live there, and they'll be moved out by the end of this year. A multi-year redevelopment will then start to build new affordable housing. LMHA says the original residents will get first dibs to move back in if they choose.
What we found in other relocations is sometimes the first move is so great, people don't necessarily want to come back. But if they do want to come back, they'll have a first preference.
The first building to go will be the former First Link grocery store on East Liberty Street.
From influencers to experts, Ryan and Kenny Coleman started a bourbon podcast, and now they've shifted into bourbon ownership with a new business along Whiskey Row. It's called Pursuit Spirits. They said that they made it their mission to learn about the industry through 10 years of interviews with distilling experts. From the show that started in their basement now to their location in downtown, the two called it a pinch me moment.
There's such great history. You look at the history of Louisville and how much whiskey was important to economic times, but also the city, and then it kind of went away. And just to see it be revived from existing brands, but new brands, we really want to recreate that magic that lived here, in the early 1900s.
Pursuit Spirits joins a growing lineup along Main Street, right across from the Kentucky Science Center.
And we have sold it, $10 million 2 ways to Central Bank and Kelly and Joe Kraft.
Bid for this year's Kentucky Farm Bureau Country Ham, $10 million. Kelly and Joe Kraft combined their $5 million bid with Central Bank's $5 million to take the ham. It's the second time the Krafts have partnered with the bank. The money will be given to charities across Kentucky and several universities. In Louisville, the Derby Museum and Lynn Family Stadium will also get some funds. The bid is shy of the Krafts and Central Bank's $10.5 million bid in 2024.